guys, we're back with our latest trainee. Jody had brought down 2 dogs because she found me on YouTube. Anyway, so this is Cooper. This is a 7-month-old golden retriever. And what I talk about a lot, you guys, is you want to take an inventory of the dog's behavior, previous behavior, and what we like to do is see how motivated they are by the food, and that's going to help you know more where you're going. So you really do want to look for one that's really motivated by the food. So we've never had the collar on him before. Remember, we've got the sound box collar on. When that longer buzzing sound indicates the pager, and really you're just going to introduce the collar by virtue of the pager. You're not going to stand around hitting the nick waiting to see when the dog can feel it. Any of them can feel the pager. So, you know, it used to be use the low level continuous at a level they can feel, which is ridiculous because all of them can feel the pager. There's no changing the level. So what we're going to do is just take off walking. Remember, we've got the leash attached to the pager collar. And what we're doing at this point is actions are speaking louder than words. I'm saying I'm the leader, and I'm not going to try to say heel or anything like that, even though they did have someone come to their house and train them. You guys know that story. Anyway, so what we're going to do... holding the leash, even when the dog's going away. If I see him going away, I'm going to extend my arm out as far as I can. You need to always use the minimum of a 6-foot leash. We used to even have a guy that made these 8-foot leashes for us that were really ideal, but never try to do this with a 4-foot leash. And then at this initial stage, you're always turning away from the dog. Never try to turn in front of him. You will fall down. Alrighty guys, so that's where you want to start out. Let me just close this gate over here, because then remember the second little step that we do is start teaching them to come. And this is where you're going to use the food. This is why you've taken the inventory of the dog, whether the dog likes the food or not. And we've got Franklin out here for a distraction. She works for treats. And then remember, we're going to wait until the dog has its back turned. You're looking for a particular angle of the body away from you. You know, you can let them drag the leash in the beginning, but you don't want to do it to the point the dog is too close to you all the time. It doesn't give them the right sensation. All right, so you get a pretty good angle right there. Cooper! Cooper! Good boy! Good boy! Good boy! What a good boy you are! What a good boy! And it will cause a little bending of the head, so be ready to escalate your command. Over here, over here. Cooper! Cooper! Good boy! Good boy! Good boy! And then right away with the treats, you guys, the biggest mistake people make with using treats is trying to get the dog to wait for them. God, you couldn't be more destructive. Cooper! Good boy! Oh, he's a good boy. He's a big one. He's a big one. There's actually 2 of these, you guys. We're going to get the other one out if it doesn't start pouring down rain on us here. All right, so nice angle away. Cooper! Good boy! Good So you're associating the pager and the food in the very beginning. Cooper! Good boy. Good boy. And we generally, we don't even own a long line. We did have one, they chewed it up. So, we don't use a long line. If you've got a fenced-in area, you guys should be able to do it just like this. There isn't any really reason to have them on the leash. Unless maybe it was one that had a real bad history of running away. As long as you've got an area where they can't get out of. All through. All through. Cooper! Good boy. All right, Miss Jody, he's doing great already. That was his first little session with the collar, so tell the kids they're doing great, and I'll talk to you soon, girl. See ya.